Welcome, welcome, quality and welding methodology. Gas metal and flux code are welding. Part 2. Flux code arc welding FCAW use cold electrode instead of solid electrode for joining ferrous metal. The flux core may contain material ferrous and material that provide filled gas, deoxidizer, and slag formation material. The addition of the core metal are stable, enhance melt metal mechanical property and improve weld contact. Many core electrodes are designed to be used with digital external shielding. Carbon dioxide rich gas are most common weld metal deposit. Higher rate the weld can be large and better control those metals with solid electrode regardless of the shielding gas. Another family of electrode is the self-shielded variety. These electrodes are designed to generate proactive shield gas from addition of the core metal, similar to SMAW electrode. The self-shielded electrodes do not require external shielding. Self-shielded electrodes are designed to use either direct current electrode positive or direct current electrode negative power. Self-shielded electrode can be used in moderate cold very ventilation with minimal disturbance of the gas filling around the arc. Such electrodes are commonly available for welding carbon, low alloy, and stainless steel electrodes. Property, 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 hard facing and surfacing electrodes are also available for maintenance applications. All the GMAW, ferrous and FCAW, all the GMAW process variations and FCAW, with few exceptions, use similar equipment that include the following: a variable speed motor and motor control to the power feed roll with which drive the electrode with the present and uniform rate. Second, a welding gun which contains a which start and stop the electrode feed, the flow of the shielding gas, the welding current, the cooling water is used. The gun also has a nozzle which directs shielding gas to the arc and weld proof except for self-shielded FCAW and has the contact tube contact contact in the nozzle to transfer welding current of the electrode. A system of rubber hose, electrical connect, connections, and casing to direct the gas, electrode, power, and water. Amount for spool or coil electrode. A control situation station contain really solenoid and timer and to increase the system. The source of shielding gas is mean and the device for measuring gas flow rate. The power source to provide appropriate amount and type of welding current. A water supply for cooling if necessary. The equipment is very flexible and can also use for SAW substituting gun with flux hopper. It can be developed for semi-automatic welding or it may be mounted on fixture for automatic machine welding. Equipment and personal requirement. Requirement range for 2 kilowatt for short circuiting arc welding to 20 kilowatt for FCAW at high deposition rate. Preventive maintenance is required to ensure that the shielding gas passages are clear and contact tube is performing properly. The the conduit conduit linear between the wire feed on the gun can also collect dust, dirt, casing, rough wire feeding and reactive are condition. The conduit should be cleaned with quantification compressor air directly provide the problem. The wire feeder and control units are mechanical, electromechanical devices required reliable. Let's manipulate. Less manipulative skill is need to master this process when compared with the SMAW process. If the welding is highly repetitive and equipment control are present, only relatively short time is needed to turn a welder. Short circuiting GMAW is quite easy to master for use all positions. Flux code welding required smooth move skill, especially for making vertical and overhead weld. However, it can be used to product vertical weld deposition rate in excess of 5 2 kg hour. The conventional and pulse GMW process variations are somewhat more different to use because the length need to be more careful control for best result. Application short circuiting GMAW is most popular for welding ferrous metal in all positions in their really 1/4 6 mm thickness and open loop design are used. The process variation is not generally used with non-ferrous metal. Pulse GMA is used to be weld sheet thin at 364 inch 1 mm. Well as thick section all metal in all positions. Global and speed transfer are restricted to welding steel in the flat and horizontal position. Both the conventional and pulsar process various can be used a weld aluminum in all positions. Flux code electrode 116 inch 1.6 mm inch diameter or are most commonly used to be weld ferrous material in all positions. Largest diameter primarily 332 inch thick 2.4 mm are used for flat and horizontal welding. Sorry. A variety of weld joint can be welded with this process if the operator process or weld conditions are selected. Tight groove weld joints are lap joint in thickness in 316 5/4 7 or less can be welded. Thicker groove weld joint 8 preparation surfacing is common, particularly with mechanized equipment. A variety of weld joint can be welded with this process if the appropriate process building conditions are selected. Tight groove weld joint are lap joint in thickness of 316 5.7 or less to be welded. Thicker groove weld joint require edge preparation surfacing is common practically with mechanics equipment. Deposition rate considerable depending upon the modern metal transfer and will range from 1 lb hour 0.5 kg hour for short circuiting welding or over 30 lb 13 kg hour flux core or welding. In general, GMAW and FCAW process are among the most cost effective of all manual semi-automatic welding filler method. The deposition efficiency are particularly high, approaching 95 to 100%, with solid electrode, depending on the solid gap, 85 to 90%, with gas shielded core electrode, and 80 to 85% with self shielded core electrode. Electrode can work continuously with GMAW, FCAW,